In this video, I'm going to be experiencing winter van life for the first time. Right at the end of this video, I'll be sharing my honest opinion on whether I'm going to sell the house and commit to van life full time. I cannot believe the state of the floor.
Some car engines or something around the back of the van. -1 outside, so I don't really fancy going to have a look what's going on. Could be doggers, I don't know, but I'm absolutely knackered.
Would I sell the house and move into the van full time? And the answer is, just to let you know, this video is sponsored by HelloFresh. Now let's get straight into it. So as a guy that's mad into road trips, into camper van adventures, all that sort of stuff, I've always been curious about van life. Now for me, the really appealing thing about van life is just having that freedom to go wherever you want to go. You're not tied down to the bills, the council tax of owning or renting a property. And obviously the UK is going through a bit of a difficult time financially, economically at the minute. We've had really bad inflation. Electric and gas prices have gone through the roof. Cost of food is ridiculous. So committing to van life, this nomadic lifestyle where you're pretty much living off grid, is becoming a massive draw to people. Now of course I'm painting van life in a really nice light there. And we've all got dreams of just riding off into the sunset in our motorhomes, camper vans. The big question for me, especially during the winter, is van life all that it's cut out to be? So to test the water, for one night only tonight, I'm going to be staying completely off grid as if I was doing van life properly. So tonight I found a park up in the beautiful Cannock Chase area of outstanding natural beauty. Now this place happens to be just a few miles from where I actually live. Now staying so close to home is obviously an insurance policy. If it gets too cold, if there's a disaster, if I get attacked by werewolves or even worse, doggers, because there's meant to be some doggers on the car park where I'm staying, I can just jump straight back in the van, drive 3-4 miles back to home and all will be okay. So yeah, for one night I'm going to try it and see if we need to put the house on the market and commit to living in the van full time. So I'm just going on a short walk with the dogs in an area close to Takaroo on Cannock Chase. Now if you're unfamiliar with Cannock Chase, it's located in Staffordshire, pretty much the middle of the country. Now Cannock Chase is, off the top of my head, an area of around 20 or 25 miles of square woodland, forest, heathland, moorland, all that sort of stuff really. There are many areas in Cannock Chase that I would recommend visiting. If you're into biking, probably head to the Forestry Commission where there's 3-4 trails. The Forestry Commission site also has a great calf. There's also a Gruffalo trail for kids. If you're looking for something a little bit more adventurous, there's Go Ape, which is the treetop rope course. And in June, they even have a weekend of concerts in the Giant Bowl there. But yeah, pristine area for walking, hiking, mountain biking, all that sort of stuff. So I've just got back to the van and I'm absolutely knackered, not from the walk, but from cleaning the dogs. Now, obviously we've been for maybe 30-40 minute walk and they are absolutely filthy. I'll show you the footprints in a minute. Just wondering, any full-time van lifers, what on earth do you do in the winter when it's wet, it's cold and it's muddy? Because they've just made the van look like an absolute shit tip. Look at the state of that. It's that cold, you can see your own breath. So what I'm going to do is switch on the gas heater, which luckily enough I've got installed, because it is absolutely freezing. Believe it or not, I've made a little bit of a foolproof plan for this evening's off-grid winter van life camping, whatever you want to call it. First of all, I'm going to cook one of these delicious HelloFresh meals. I mean, what would a night in this cold weather be without a warm coconut, lentil and chickpea dal? Secondly, Christmas is coming, so I've got this gingerbread treat kitchen, decorate and leave out for Santa on Christmas Eve. We definitely won't be leaving it out for Santa on Christmas Eve, unfortunately, because I'm going to decorate them and probably eat them. So sorry Santa. And then hopefully, to top it off, as long as I've got mobile signal, we might even be able to stick a Christmas film on. So yeah, it seems like a foolproof plan, but a foolproof plan on this channel is never a foolproof plan. I am literally parked on one of the area's supposed top dogging spots. I don't know how I mean, Park for Night said that. If I was into dogging, which I'm not by the way, on a freezing cold night like tonight, I would not be in a car or whatever they do on the bonnets. It's a bit much information. I'll definitely be in here where it's warm. So that's worrying me a little bit because, yeah, I'm just here to experience van life. I'm not here for the dogging. Anyway, we are going to crack on. We're going to prepare the food, and then Jazz is going to come meet us, and she's joining us for dinner. But unfortunately, she won't be staying with us tonight because she's got to be up really early, and I don't think she's into dogging. I mean, van life. Just before I start this HelloFresh masterpiece, these pair are going to have their dinner, and then we'll begin cooking. Might actually be steaming up in here. It's that cold outside. So luckily enough, it's lovely and toasty in here. We've got the gas on, cooking. We've got the gas heater on, and I was just curious to see the temperature outside. So I've been to the front cab. It says 2 degrees. The one in here actually says 4 degrees. So either way, it's cold, and I think we're starting to steam up a little bit in here, which is no good. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with this dinner because I'm starving, and Jazz is going to be here in about 20 minutes, and she's not going to be happy if it ain't ready. So tonight's dinner is coming along nicely, and just while that is cooking, you might be able to see Kevin McAllister in the background. That's going to be for after dinner. For now, I just want to show you how dark it is outside. Come and have a look at this. Although we are by a main road, hopefully we're going to get a decent night's sleep here, and there won't be too many doggers because it's absolutely bloody freezing. And if there are any doggers that come tonight and are able to get the job done, then fair play to you. I'd have no chance in these freezing temperatures. Let's get some cutlery. Edward Scissorhands me. This is going to be absolutely delicious. The dinner smells absolutely incredible. And just while I'm waiting for that to finish, and Jazz will be here any second, I'm just going to tell you about today's sponsor, which is HelloFresh. I'm sure you've all heard of HelloFresh. And for me, they're just great because they're so convenient. The meals, like for example, the one that I'm just cooking now, can be cooked in as little as 15 minutes, which is absolutely perfect if you're at home on a road trip, maybe even if you're doing van life, especially at this time of year when it's cold and dark. I don't know about you guys, but I hate going out, hate going to the supermarket for unnecessary trips. So having HelloFresh delivered on a Monday, I think we have it delivered with like 4 meals for the week. It's just so convenient. Another great thing about HelloFresh is each week they've got over 44 different recipes to choose from. And in December, which is just coming in a couple of days, there are a number of festive recipes that can get you and Kevin McAllister in the Christmas mood. Kevin! If you want to give HelloFresh a try, personally I would definitely recommend them. You can actually get 60% off your first box and then 25% off the next 2 months, and you'll also qualify for some free gifts. So to get this offer, all you've got to do is scan the QR code wherever I'm going to put it on the screen. You can also get it by clicking the link which is down in the description of this video, or if you just want to use my discount code directly, it's RR2023. As a thank you for HelloFresh for supporting this channel, what I'm going to do is actually give away 10 copies of my new Road Trip Ireland guidebook to the first 10 people that order using the code RR2023. All you've got to do, guys, if you do take up the HelloFresh subscription, is basically drop me an email. My email address is info@robbieroams.com. Just send me a screenshot with your HelloFresh order and we'll get one of these in the post to you. This is the coconut, lentil and chickpea dal, and on top we've got a bit of Greek yogurt with a naan bread just to dip in. Archie, what are you saying? Looks great, doesn't it? Absolutely delicious. Stay. Hello. Stay. Right, dinner is served. So as you can see, 2 empty bowls, absolutely delicious. So with a sink full of washing next to my head, that's another van life problem that I'm not sure I can get around. It's not that I can't do it, I just can't be bothered. Anyway, we're going to do tonight's activity. Christmas is coming. So we've got the gingerbread people. A great activity for the whole family. So we've got, well, how many is there? 5. 1 for Jem, 1 for Arch, 1 for me, 1 for Jazz, and a spare for the doggers. I'm going to do Jazz. Jazz is going to do me.
A work in art of art. To do yours first, compare.
Jazz's masterpiece is complete. Look at that. A hip old granny. So this is my attempt. It looks like Santa. And I won't say what else it could potentially look like, but yeah, there's Santa and Mrs. Claus. Now we've finished our gingerbread creations, -1 that the dogs may or may not have consumed. Okay, so that's Mrs. Christmas and that's Mrs. Christmas's bit on the side. I've done Father Christmas. And his mate, a UFO. I have no idea why. I want you to write in the comments which one you prefer. 1, 2, 3 or 4. Let me know in the comments. See you later, Jazz. Oh, I'll tell you what. Oh, it's cold when you get in the quilt. So if you are a person that does van life full time, let me know in the comments how you get on in the winter, because yeah, I mean, it's probably 2 degrees outside right now, and if I didn't have that heater, I have no idea what I'd do. I've seen people say run the kettle, leave it so the heat sort of dissipates. I've seen people say fill up the hot water bottles. But yeah, so far so good. Me and Arch are obviously just in bed now. I'm going to carry on watching the rest of Home Alone.
Do you hear me? I'm not afraid anymore.
Hopefully there won't be too many doggers in the vicinity, although there are a couple of cars parked at the other side of the car park with the headlights on, so I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, I'll switch the light off and we'll pick it up again in the morning. Night.
So it's just gone 1:30 and I've heard some cars, engines milling about outside, and I clicked on the control panel just and it's -1 outside, so I don't really fancy going to have a look what's going on. Could be doggers, I don't know, but I'm absolutely knackered and I woke up and the van absolutely reeks of that curry. I'm gonna have a look what it is. Good morning. So after that 1:30 wake up last night, it's kind of hard to get back to sleep, but I did in the end, so it wasn't so bad. But I'm just looking at myself in my camera screen. Christ. I look like a rough old bloke. Just popped my head round to have a look in the front cab, and it's all frozen up. But it's not too bad in here. I've had the heater running pretty much most of the night. Like the ambient air temperature's a little bit cold outside the duvet, but nothing too bad, to be honest. Just got Archie chilling. Overall, not a bad night. It would have been a lot better had them cars not been... I have no idea what they were doing, and I wasn't going to knock on at 1:30 to go and find out, to be honest. I guess this is the issue with van life when you're on these sort of public car parks and these lay-bys. You have no idea who's going to pull up in the middle of the night, and yeah. And you know the hardest thing is getting out of bed when it's cold. Just getting yourself out of the duvet. Got all the dog hairs on this. And that's the issue with having 2 border collies. Constantly finding hair and fur literally on anything you wear. All on the bedding. That's why we've got a number of tools, such as this thing which defluffs the bed. There you go. The trials and tribulations of owning a collie dog. So other than the footprints that the dogs kind of created yesterday, the van is looking fairly clean. I've just got to put a couple of bits away, make the bed a little bit better than that, but obviously there's something in the way of that at the minute, isn't there? So I am back in the cab. I've let the engine run for a good 10 minutes. Which is nicely melted off the ice from the windscreen. I'm about to set off, and to be honest, it looks absolutely picture perfect out here. There's little pink hues just coming in the sky, and just as I got out the back of the van to come into the cab, I could hear a couple of buzzards just making that buzzardy noise that they make. Don't know what called. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, I'm just going to pull off and head back home on this bumpy car park, so the cameras might fly everywhere. But yeah, just reflecting on last night and the whole van life, especially during winter scenario. And I have to give kudos to those people that have to do this full time, whether it's through financial reasons, whether they just prefer this kind of nomadic lifestyle. It's difficult, and could I see myself doing it? It's a tricky situation, because I absolutely love getting out in the outdoors, the wilderness,
places like this. But for a lot of people, van life isn't that. You know, people have to work, so I would presume there's a lot of people staying off-grid near to where they're working, whether that's in a city or a town. And I've come to a pretty glamorous location. That's, you know, let's not beat about the bush. Oh, am I on ice? I think I'm on ice. Right, yeah, there we go. So yeah, whoa, baby. Camera's just gone flying. There's obviously positives and negatives to everything in life. And with van life, you got all of the things I've mentioned, freedom, the cost saving. But on the flip side of that, you've got this daily grind of finding somewhere to park, finding a place to get water to top up your van, finding somewhere to use the toilet, use a shower if you haven't got one in the camper van or your motorhome. You've got to find somewhere to empty your toilet if you have got one. You've got to find somewhere to empty your grey waste. And yeah, there's that uncertainty that I'm not sure is particularly good if you're not mentally resilient. To have that grind every single day, I guess you've got to have so much mental discipline. And I guess getting into a rhythm, a routine, you'd probably adjust to it absolutely fine. And yeah, like I've done one night in the van. You know, people that do van life full time will probably laugh at me, which is more than acceptable. But yeah, overall, would I sell the house and move into the van full time? That is the big question. And the answer is not black or white, to be honest. And I'm going to sit on the fence, and that's probably not what you've watched this video to hear. But at the minute, I don't think I would be ready to just go, right, Archie, Jem, Jazz, let's move into the van full time. I'd have to adjust to the van being a complete mess all the time, or getting into a routine for cleaning. We'd all be under each other's feet, the dogs, Jazz, me, living in there, and that's the only place we've got, would be pretty hectic, to say the least. That's not to say that we couldn't do it if the worst come to worst. I don't know. Jazz lost a job, or financially we couldn't afford to live in the house anymore. But for the time being, we're going to stay in the house, and I think I'm just going to keep doing these weekend adventures, road trips for 5, 6, 7 weeks. Maybe at some point we'll get out to Europe pretty soon. And yeah, at this precise time, I don't think I'm going to be selling the house just yet. And for all of those people that do van life full time, especially during the winter, I'll take my hat off to you guys, because yeah, it's probably a challenge.
I just want to thank you for watching this video. It's a little bit different to my normal ones. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like and comment below if you like this style of video. Don't forget to go and follow me on Instagram at Robbie Roams. Don't forget about the HelloFresh discount code, and I'll see you guys in the next video.